Sorry. Hello, good day, everyone. Okay, welcome to 2021 International Women's Day for WTM OWERRI. We are very happy to see you all once more. We did this last year, and we are happy to see you this year, notwithstanding the COVID-19 um, troubles or traumas we encountered so far. This year's all is going to be wow, awesome. I beseech you to stay put, relax, and see things unfold for yourself. You have lots of speakers, lovely and caring speakers, good personalities that you will not want to play with. One, we have lots of things that we're going to cover, ranging from blogging down to encouraging us to create more things. You know the theme for this year, courage to create. So if you don't have that courage to create, don't worry. Somebody somewhere, or one of our speakers will tell us more about how to be courageous to create something today. So before we jump into it, I want to explain one or two things about WTM. WTM, as case may be, is a Google event for women in Google. So WTM runs a variety of events every year, from our Google summits and conferences, including International Women's Day, which is the one we are doing right now, and IO International IO events, and also to hackathons, to local community hosted meetups, all designed to build expertise and community to help women thrive in technology. You know, technology is not something for men as the narrative was before now. Now it's for everybody, hence you are interested to join the community. For you to join our membership program or stay on the route for all women tech makers, you just link us or connect us or send us message via wtmowerri@gmail.com. We'll get your message and you will now join. Or if you're not in Owerri or Imo State, you can also join any WTM community in any location, depending where you are at the moment. So we have lovely ambassadors that will ready to take you in, teach you, accept you anyhow you want. Or if the WTM is not in existence already in your location, please, I beseech you to decide to apply as an ambassador for you to be able to bring that community to your doorpost. I tell you, you won't regret doing that. I'm actually a witness. So welcome once again to WTM International Women's Day for Imo State away. So I know most of us will be wondering why WTM. You know, in the society today, why International Women's Day, sorry. In the society today, we think we know that international women attempt to have chores work and all that thing. They don't actually get that encouragement to venture into any professional goals or skills. So this is why WTM, that's when I say WTM, I mean Women Tech Makers, decided to bring up an event that will encourage more women into technology, because they are actually evangelizing about tech as a whole. So we are encouraging more women to technology, to build themselves and enhance their career in tech. Our first speaker that will be taking the floor soon, we'll be talking about blogging. You know, one thing, we have lots of bloggers in the society today. We have lots of blogs, websites that have been designed for blogging in the society today. But so many of us have not, and some of them don't know how to make returns or money from that blogging session. So this our speaker will talk about how you can make returns from your blogging, or how you can make money from that blogging sites that you have. This is actually staying at the comfort of your zone, making cash while you do the things or one of the things you love doing most. So let's remember to, if you have your writing materials, take it and also record the necessary things you will need to record as we wait for our speaker to join. Our first speaker is Francis Opera Francis. He is the founder and the head of Content Study Abroad Nations, and he will talk more about the journey to making some dollars as a beginner in blogging. So just stay put to tap from the knowledge. I'm telling you, you will actually enjoy this thing. Just try to let us hold him by his words as he introduce us to how to make money. Because me, I want to make this money seriously. I have no time to waste. I'm going to make this money. So don't ask me how I made it because I already introduced you to one of our lovely speaker that will be telling us on how to make this money. So Mr. Francis, yeah, he's online. He's joining us now. Okay, he's trying to join. Okay, I believe we all can see Francis now. Hello, Mr. Francis. Can you hear me? Okay, okay. So the floor is yours. They are waiting to hear from you and learn the lovely things you have for us. Thank you.
This network is it working from my end or your
Yeah, we can hear you.
end? You hear me clear? Okay, that was awesome. Okay, I'm off. I'm off. Are you guys still with me? Are you still with me? Yeah.
Yes, yes, we are with you.
Loud and clear, loud and clear. Yeah, it's as though my network is breaking. It's working fine there, Joy. Is my network working fine there?
Yes, your network is okay.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. Um, my name is Opera Francis, as introduced, and I was invited to talk about the business of blogging, that is the business of content marketing, and how just anyone can be able to make something out of it. So I think content marketing and online business is something that I would say everyone should know something about in this age. Everyone should know something about online business in this age, in the sense that the internet has taken an edge in almost all walks of life. I don't think there's anything you want to do in life now that there's no way you will have it connected to the internet. Even if you are frying akara, if you go to YouTube, be able to find that people are making videos of how to fry different types of akara and with different flavors and all that on YouTube. So internet has actually um, gotten into every nook and cranny of our life today. So and everybody should take that chance. So I was telling someone last time that there are people now who don't have shops, but they import goods and they sell fine without having a shop of their own or without having an offline address and all that. And they import and they sell fine. And some of them who are good with their skill sell more than people who have shops offline somewhere and paying for rent and all that. So the business of blogging and content marketing, like I said, is going to help you to take this edge. It will help you to decide what you want to do online and how best you want to get it done. in the sense that should we assume that you, as a business person, let's say within the city of Owerri, you are selling something like, let's say, maybe tissue paper in bulk. You can imagine a big hotel in Owerri searching for where to get tissue paper in Owerri, maybe at a cheap price, or who can deliver tissue paper in bulk or something of such in that of that nature online, and then they find you, they find your business that you can actually do this. You can actually deliver in tons of tissue paper at an affordable price within Owerri. So even if you say your location is Lagos or whatever, but as you have specified that you can deliver within Owerri, you have a customer. And as it stands, not everybody now find this easy to like go to the market to make inquiry. I use myself as an example. If I enter a new city or anywhere, if I want to find out maybe where to go or where to purchase something cheap, the first thing I do is to search the internet. Where do I get cheap laptops in Owerri? Where do I get cheap laptops in Onisha? Where do I? This is how I do, and this is how most people do. In a city of Owerri where we have a lot of visitors coming in and going out, I bet you that a lot of them come in and they do these searches online. So if you have your business online and you're able to optimize your business to be able to show up for all these search queries, then you'll be making sales and gaining customers. Even while sleeping, they'll be waking you up to come and make sales. So what I've learned in content marketing, I can say that content marketing is one of the ways you can be able to sell without having an offline shop and without having probably without even having the first initial customer, just a new guy coming into the business. Online is where you can have an edge over what other competitors are doing. So today I'll be talking about the business of blogging and content marketing and what you can actually do with it as a person, even from the comfort of your home. That is sweet thing about internet business, even from the comfort of your home. As a matter of fact, this class today, all of us are online from wherever we wish to be and just online, and we can be able to communicate. So that's the way it is also for 21st century business. You can be able to be anywhere and attend to whatever business or whatever it is you want to do all online. Okay, so today I'll be talking about three things as regards content and blogging. I want to talk about search engine optimization. I want to talk about keyword research, and I want to talk about keyword targeting. So these things, when I mean search engine SEO optimization, search engine optimization, I'm trying to say how you can be able to present your business to the people you want to see it online. There are millions of customers online, but it's until you learn the hack of optimizing your business for search engine that you'll be able to target, look at who is my customer, you'll be able to target him. So whenever your customer comes online and makes a search, your business will show up. So that is search engine optimization. So what is it about keyword research? Keyword research is you going out to find out exactly those stuff your customers are looking for. Yes, you want customers online, but are you able to? You have to go down and find out from data, what are these my customers searching online? Where do I find them? So if let's say you sell sandals for school children, your customers could be searching stores like maybe student kits, full student kits. Your customer could be searching something like school uniform for students. If you sell sandals for students, somebody who is buying school uniform can probably patronize you. So how are you able to find keywords that these people who have the potential to patronize your business are searching for? You can be selling sandals online and then you're optimizing for a keyword that says something like a G jockey in a way, or as in something aside out of your business. So, and if you must target your customers, you must do what I call SEO search, keyword research. Sorry, you must do keyword research. You must research to be able to find these people. There are some awesome tools out there for keyword research, and I think the Ahrefs does that. SEMrush But then I am going to recommend just one tool here, the one I use, and that is Keywords Everywhere. So when we talk about blogging and all that, what blogging is all about is, let me just put it, selling online. That's what blogging is all about. So you see people that are blogging, but they are not selling anything. They are still selling something. For you to make money, you have to say ads. Companies and businesses have to place ad on your site for you to make money. So it's ad. You are selling ad. So you working with Google ad partnership. Google still sells their ad on your site. People pay Google, advertise this for me, and Google come to your space, say, okay, sorry, a call disconnected us, but I'm back. Okay, so you have to sell something online. So when we talk about selling something online, it mustn't be physical. It mustn't be physical products. It mustn't be it can be digital products. Like I was thinking, I sell ebooks on my site, and these ebooks are something that never expire. Once an ebook is created, it's created. It doesn't finish. So you keep selling and selling and selling. If you want to update the edition anytime, you update and sell. So how are you able to sell these things? You understand the keyword that people who need this ebook are searching for. If I write an ebook on how to make money from Google, I should be able to do my keyword research, find out keyword that people who want to make money from Google are searching for, and then optimize, write article contents on my blog to optimize for those keywords. So when somebody searches for where to purchase ebook to make money from Google, I will be able to show up. When somebody searches for how to make money from Google, I'll be able to show. So just any keyword that has to do with someone, with what I've written in that ebook, I should be able to optimize and show for them. So the same way it is, those people who blog but they don't actually sell any products, whether physical or visual products, they don't sell anything at all. They still optimize for keywords of businesses that other people sell. They all look for products and stuff that other people are paying to have their adverts pay for. They optimize for those keywords, and that is how you make money. Because if you are blogging and you are not optimizing for profitable keywords, you can be having 20,000 views in a day, and you're finding it difficult to make $5 in a day. But if you learn the art of keyword research, find profitable keywords and target them, you can be making less than 1,000 viewers in a day, and then you are hitting it big, $20, $30 in a day. So that means the best thing to do is to have a roadmap for your blog. If you want to, as a content marketer, have a roadmap. You see, this is where I want to go, and this is what I want to pursue. Then you have a roadmap. You do your keyword research. Don't follow the noise. There's a lot of noise that we get into as in our early age of blogging. I did it. I made a mistake back in 2016 when I was coming in. So that noise of news, you want to follow news, you want to follow sports, you want to follow trending topics. But these trending topics and news and sports, they're just there for the boost. They're just there for the noise. They don't pay. If imagine you as a blogger optimizing for a keyword that says we have to buy cheap cars in Owerri, and you are ranking, someone searches for where to buy cheap cars in Owerri, and you're ranking number 1. Imagine the kind of money you'll be making from that article compared to when you optimize for a blog like should we say, what do I even say, maybe richest musician in Owerri. Richest musician, somebody that is searching for richest musician in Owerri is not coming to buy anything. It could even be I call it argument keyword. People could be sitting and making and having an argument. No, Kadeto is the richest musician. So I say no, it is Krista. Someone will say no, it is this guy, and then they'll just search who is the richest musician in a way. Okay, yeah, I've seen it. Is this guy, and they go. They're not coming to buy anything. They are just weighing down your bandwidth. So some traffic are not actually that necessary. So you have to decide. You have to have a roadmap for your blog and then follow it. This is what I want to go for. Then you follow it, and that is where keyword research comes in. You must be able to do keyword research. I talked about the two I recommended, Keywords Everywhere KEYWORDS everywhere. Is a Google Chrome extension. It used to be free, but now it is just $5. So if you're already into blogging, or you're someone who wants to get into blogging or content marketing to say, and you are looking for how to get profitable keywords to target, I recommend this tool. It's been very helpful for me, and it has been very helpful for people I teach, and I recommend the tool for who are using it. So with this tool, you will be able to find keywords and find how many times people with this tool you can be able to find how many times people search for these keywords in a month. So should I say I'm optimizing for where to buy cheap cars in Owerri? With this tool, I'll be able to find how many people are actually searching for this keyword in a month. I'll be able to find how much advertisers are willing to pay for an advertisement on a page that talks about this article. I'll be able to find out how difficult it is for me to actually rank in this niche. Yeah, because some of the most paying keywords are always difficult to rank because the big guys know that this is where the money is. So all of them they flocked there. So, but you have to use a keyword research tool to be able to find what they call competitive edge. Competitive edge. Okay, should we say that these big guys have taken this keyword, how we have to buy cheap cars in Owerri? You may now, with keyword research tool, you find out that this one is difficult for you to rank. You may find another keyword with that tool that says where to buy cheap cars in Owerri with free delivery. Then, since these guys are already ranking for where to buy cheap cars in Owerri, you go for where to buy cheap cars in Owerri with free delivery. That is what that's where you have your competitive edge. So when somebody searches for where to buy keywords in Owerri, probably these big guys will rank. But the person comes again and searches for where to buy keywords in Owerri with free delivery, and you take over. So that is the edge you have over the market. So you must be able to do keyword research to find out the weakness of any keyword, and then you take advantage of it as a beginner blogger. Because if you start as a beginner and you want to compete with the big guys, you frustrate yourself. You're not going to find it easy, and you work yourself out of the game easily. But this is something worth doing. I advise that if you're handling a blog, you don't write a single article on your blog without doing keyword research. Don't write a single article. It is not worth it. If you have 1,000 articles on your site and they are not ranking for profitable keywords, you are not still going to make money. And this is a mistake a lot of people make in blogging, and they say there's no money there. If you have 20,000 worthless keywords on your site, you're not going to make money compared to somebody who has just 20 useful keywords that is ranking for. Only 20 useful keywords that is ranking for. A single keyword can feed you. A single keyword can make you over $1 million in a month. So then imagine when you are ranking for up to 20 of it. I'm not saying every keyword makes you 100 million in a month. Some keywords will make you 1,000, make you 10,000, make you. I'm just trying to tell you that there is possibility. There are keywords that have the potential to make you up to 100 million. Just a keyword up to $1 million in a month. But then the thing there is that these keywords are not easily gotten. You cannot easily target and get them because the big guys are there. So you have to be able to do your keyword research and then find where you get weakness over the keyword, and then you take advantage of it. So in the terms of weakness, I mean targeting for a longer tail keyword. I just said if people are ranking for where to buy cheap cars in Owerri, you can rank for where to buy cheap cars in Owerri with free delivery. It is still something you will still be able to say market. Some people will not end where to buy cheap cars in Owerri. They will also add with free delivery. Someone may add with documents. Someone may add where to buy cheap cars in Owerri legitimately. You get all that? So you can rank for another keyword that is longer than the normal one that these big guys are ranking for, and you have an edge. Okay, so that is it with keyword research. So I'll be talking about search engine optimizing before I talk about the last one here, which is keyword targeting. You have to research, find the keyword. You have to make sure your site is optimized, capable to compete in this market. Then you have to target that keyword. So when we talk about SEO, there's what we call on-page SEO, off-page SEO, and technical SEO. So technical SEO involves all you will do on your site, the setup, how you set up your blog from the initial. It is usually done once, unless you didn't get all things right. Then along the line, you can still decide to change things, but it is difficult and it is not advisable not to jump technical SEO and then start working with on-page and all that. It is best you set up your blog perfectly, do all that is supposed to be done for SEO sake before you start even creating your first article. So technical SEO involves your permalink settings, your sitemap, how you create your sitemap, submit it to Google, the keyword tool. If you are blogging on WordPress, the search engine, the SEO tool you are using. Some of the top 3 SEO tool out there for WordPress guys is Yoast, All-in-One SEO, and Rank Maths. I am currently using Rank Maths. I've used all of them anyway. I've used Yoast, I've used All-in-One. Rank Maths is the latest now. Like it came out strong last year. It's been there anyway for some years, but it came out strong last year and took an edge over some of other tools. And then we'll have to switch to Rank Maths. So Rank Maths is a great tool and something you should try. If you are beginning, I'll ask you to start with Rank Maths. Let's start learning the process with Rank Maths. It is the hottest keyword SEO tool for WordPress guys in the market now, Rank Maths. So how you set your permalink, your sitemap, like I said, which have to be submitted to Google search engine and probably all the popular search engines across the internet. Now, do you know what Rank Maths does? Rank Maths now automatically submits your sitemap to this blog. It's not just Rank Maths. I think you still do it, and All-in-One should be doing it too. They submit your sitemap. They create your sitemap and submit it automatically to these guys. So you see, the SEO tools are very powerful that once you're setting up your blog, one thing you should make sure that it is already set up is SEO tool. Make sure you get a powerful SEO tool and set it up. I've recommended Rank Maths and I stand on it. Get it, set it up first before you start any other thing. Then, and also part of technical SEO, you have to take care of the speed of your site. Google doesn't like sites that load poorly. And when I'm coming to your site, I have to stay for 5 minutes to even be able to load all contents and read. You know what I'm talking about. Some sites, when you visit some sites, they are so heavy that you'll be like, this thing should load now. You'll be loading, think it's your network, but the site is just heavy. So in technical SEO, it involves you finding out some of the unnecessary things that makes your site heavy and removing them. That's why I talk about you shouldn't prioritize design over effectiveness. This design on my blog, of what use is it? Is it effective? Is it serving? What purpose is it serving? If it is not serving any good purpose, you remove it. Especially images or plugins, things flying around your blog and all that, and then it is only making your site heavy. Why? Simply remove them. So prioritize effectiveness, efficiency over beauty as a blogger. Something makes your site beautiful, yes, but it makes it slow, remove it. Because as it's making it slow, you derank. And as you derank, you wouldn't be able to rank for people to see that you're a beautiful blog. You get a point? And gone are those days when you open a blog to share to your family and friends. Gone are those days. That's not, your family and friends is not where the money is. Whatever if you want to visit your blog, you want to visit your blog out of sympathy or out of in solidarity. My brother just opened a new blog, let me visit too. But there's no money there. Your money is in the customers, in the keywords you optimize for, in the guys you get to come to your site from search engine, guys who are looking for something real something, and they come to your site. That is where the money is, and not from people you just you ask to please visit your site from social media and all that. Some people used to think that it is when people visit your site, the MB they spend is the money you make. No, the MB they spend on your site is left for the whatever the network people, MTN, Glow, whosoever it is. It is left for them and how they do it. The MB is the time the person is going on the internet. Your money is what the person is doing on your site. Is the person purchasing from your site, or are you selling ads on your site that the person can interact with and you make money? Are you selling courses? Are you selling visual products? What is it you are doing on your site? Are you offering services? What is it that you are doing on your own to make money? That is where you make money from your site and not from people's MB and all that. So ensure that your blog is well set up before you even start. Do proper. You can run a search on Google, and I know I have limited time here. I have about 40 minutes, and wow, I've used about 31 of it. You can run a search on Google about what do I call it? Technical SEO, and you'll be able to learn some things about what to do to be able to make sure that your technical SEO is in place. Then set up your blog, the technical, everything, the structure, the speed, the navigation. How Google wants people to be able to navigate your site easily. If your site is talking about, let's say, you are talking about wears. If I come to your site, I want to be able to navigate to men wears, women wears, children wears, cap, trousers, all those easily. So I don't come and wallow in a dungeon of many products that I don't care about. I just easily go to my category and I see things that concern me. Even if you are running an e-commerce website, you see that you even sell more. Or like when you just jam back everything and tell them to come and let them be removed. Okay, yeah, back. So, guys, I know these guys are not here, but I'm in a class. Okay, so these guys can be able to easily navigate and find what they are looking for. That is it with that. So I'll be talking about keyword targeting. Now, keyword targeting is now where your skill as a content marketer comes in, where your skill as a writer comes in, where your skill as that blogger comes in. So if you have found a keyword you care about, you found a keyword, and maybe let's say the keyword is we have to buy electric fan in Owerri. So you have to create an article on your blog, an SEO optimized, search engine optimized article on your blog about that keyword. So what do I mean by a search engine optimized article? There are practices you make when writing about this topic. Like as you found, we had to buy cheap electric fans in Owerri. There are practices you have to carry out on your keyword to be able to be among those first.
Hello, Francis, are you there? Okay, it's like he's having network issues.
Those practices you carry out. Yeah, I'm back. So those practices you carry out to be able to rank for that keyword you care for, which is the keyword that you are actually going to make money from. It's called keyword targeting, on-page SEO. On-page SEO practices, keyword targeting. So if you have a tool like RankMath, like I said, RankMath is going to be telling you what you are not yet doing right. Once you're done with the article, it will tell you, oh, your keyword is not in your title. Please try to put your keyword in your title. Oh, your keyword is not in your URL. Please try to put your keyword in your URL. Your keyword is not in your first 150 characters. Please try to put your keyword in your first 150 characters, which is called search snippets. Your keyword should be able to be in your search snippets. So that is if I search on Google now, we have to buy cheap cars. I want to be able to that small description that comes under each title. I want to be able to say this is where to buy the cheapest Owerri, or this is what you need to know about where to buy the cheapest electric fans in Owerri, that keyword, it captures the customer. So, and then how you have to sensibly spread the keyword across your article. Don't stuff it, don't put it too much. So Google does not feel like, oh, you want to just cheat the system to rank for this keyword. You have to sensibly press across. This is content targeting. Keyword targeting is a separate class on its own. But I just want to make sure I mention all of this. So at least somebody who wants to, or who is already on something, you can have something you can make Google search from, or you can have a base from where you can have reasonable questions to ask. So keyword targeting involves that keyword you found with your keyword research tool, where the placement of that keyword in your article. That's what they call the technicality of blogging. Blogging is writing. It's writing. I tell people, blogging is the way that writers monetize their skills. It's writing, and it's one of the biggest way you can monetize your skill as a writer. Blogging is one of the biggest way as a writer you can monetize your skill. So, but there's a technicality aside from something like copywriting. Copywriting, there's a technicality involved in copywriting. What's this? Even there's a technicality involved in what's this called? Sales copy. I think sales copy and copywriting, I think they are almost the same, but not exactly the same. There's one involved in building a sales funnel to how to bring your customer down from here to here to taking action and all that. So the same way in blogging, there's a technicality involved that if you are coming in with just I am a writer, you may fail as a blogger. But if you come and you're able to learn about all this SEO thing, on page, off page, technical, keyword research, keyword targeting, and all that, article structuring. I told you content like keyword targeting is a different institute on its own. It's a different institute on its own. It's something massive. But I just want to mention to you that something like this exists. Maybe if there's some of us here are already blogging, you may be wondering, maybe you are making posts and they are not ranking, and you are wondering, what is it? There's no magic than doing the right thing. There's no magic than doing the right thing. So keep creating quality articles. I recommend writing 1,000 plus for every of your article, 1,000 plus words. It is what is working for me. So I am recommending like exactly or whatever I'm telling you, all these things I'm saying are things that I am doing that has worked for me over the years. So those are the things I am mentioning here. So 1,000 plus words does magic. Then make sure you are getting backlinks from people who are in your niche. Let's say you're talking about jewelries. There are many other blogs talking about jewelries, and some of them are bigger than you. If you can do something awesome to make them mention you on their own blog, you get what we call link juice. Sometimes if they don't want to just mention you can give them some money and ask them to please link back to you because of the gain you make from them linking back to you. Sometimes you have to write an article for them for free and beg them if they will publish it, then you have to put your link, one of your links in that article. If they say most of them will still charge you money even with the article you wrote because they know that they are doing you a favor to link back to you. So, but all of this is worth it. Blogging is one of the businesses you can start with very small money and you are making mad money over time. Yeah, if you want to set up an offline shop now, it's going to take, let me say, a big shop that you do something that is going to give you money, like money. When I'm in Nigeria, I mean money to take care of Nigeria as it stands. Yeah, probably 2 million to 3 million should go down the drain in your shop, renting the shop, buying your first goods and all that. But then you can start blogging with less than 100,000. That is even on the high side. You can start blogging with less than 50,000. And then let me just say 50,000. Just somebody who wants to invest in the dream immediately, get all these tools and start working out. You can start, and then something you started with 50,000, in most down, you are making gain that you can't even make from that shop. It started with 3 million. So it is funny, but it is true. That is how mad the internet is now. Everybody has gone online. You have to come online too and cut your own cake. You have to come online too and cut your own cake. So I think I try to do justice to the three things I mentioned: keyword research. If you have a question there, I should be able to take questions now. Keyword targeting and SEO, where I mentioned off-page SEO, on-page SEO, and technical SEO. I know I mentioned that your content keyword targeting is part of on-page SEO. Backlink, getting link from other authority guides in your niche, is part of off-page SEO. How you set up your site falls within the circumference of technical SEO. Then you now get out there to find what your customers are actually looking for. What they are actually searching on Google is called keyword research. And I mentioned the two keywords everywhere that can help you to find these things and help you to find how much you can be able to make from these keywords. Yes, that too helps you to find out. So it's with that too you find out that some of these keywords are not, I call noisy keywords. They have a lot of people searching for them, but there's no money there. And you find some keywords that just have few people and there's serious money there. Some of them still have a lot of people and there's still serious money. So it is with that too you will be able to find out these keywords and then target them. I talked about keyword targeting. So if we are here, I think I will be open to take some questions before they cut me off. I'll be open to take okay, I'm already seeing questions here.
Okay, Francis, there is a question on the chat section. I don't know, Augusta, if you can go. Somebody
I'm just
asks, how do you know the best keyword to use for your blog? And the second question is, please, how do we know the content to be blogging about?
okay. So I will answer the second question first, then to the first question. So the second question says, please, how do we know the content to be blogging about? That is where keyword research comes in. Keyword research, like I said during my statement, I said, do not write a single word on your blog without keyword research because it is not worth it. Blogging without doing keyword research is not. It is just like walking with no direction. You don't know, you're just creating articles, just writing things on your mind. People are not even coming to it. You're not even making money. You are spending a lot of energy, investing energy, writing articles, and nobody is coming for them. They're not being found on search engine. That is what you get when you're not doing keyword research. So it is not worth it writing a single word on your site without keyword research. So please, how to know the content to blog for about is keyword research. If as a new you want to come into blogging and you say you want to enter into sports, I discourage people from niches like sports, news, gist, gossips. I discourage people from niches like that. A lot of people, because of Linda Ikeji and maybe some big sports blog, they want to go into these niches. But these niches are not, these big guys have taken it. When I mean they have taken it is, these niches are not well paying, but these big guys already have the number that makes it pay them. Then you can be having 1,000,000 visitors in a day, and you as you're starting, you want to be having 1,000 visitors in a day, and you are in the same niche with her. If her niche is about $0.05 per click, and she's having 1,000,000 views, she's going to have massive lead and she's going to make big money. But you who is coming, are just having 1,000, or you have a less. You know, if you're coming to blogging, you know that you battle a lot with traffic, and then you are battling with traffic that is not worth it. So if you get 500, 1,000 visitors, you still don't make money. So you see, it doesn't really make sense. But then if you start, if you do your keyword research properly, you find out that maybe this niche you want to go into is not worth it. Okay, I will ask you to later if that's already been you have that tool. Can I be able to share my screen? Let me see if I can share my screen. Share screen. Okay, that was awesome. Okay, screen sharing is easiest with 2 monitors. Screen sharing works best on a good computer. Okay, so some screens let you share videos. Okay, so let me try to share my screen. Okay. Share audio, your entire screen. application window. Okay, I want to share my entire screen. Let me see application. Chrome tab. I want to share Chrome. Yes, I want to share Chrome. I want to share this tab, this new tab. Just give me some time. I'm trying to share my screen. Okay. So new tab. I want to share this tab. Okay. Okay. I want to know, can you see my screen at the moment? Can we all see my screen? Can we all see my
Yes, we
screen?
can see your screen. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, now I have this tool I'm talking about, this keyword everywhere. So what I want to do now is I want to run a search on Google. Okay, let me say for within these niches I told you I don't want you to go into, something like news, sports, and all that. I want to run a search on one of these niches and then run a search on a niche I know that pays well, a sub niche that pays well, and then show you what this keyword tool will show we show us. Okay, let's see this. So I will be searching for something like richest footballers in the world. Let me not do Nigeria, in the world. Okay, so this is the keyword for richest footballers in the world. If you can see my screen properly, you will see that this keyword has a volume of, can you see where my cursor is hovering? It has a volume of 49,500 per month. So on average, for this keyword is being searched for 49,500 times in a month. And this is the CPC of this keyword, 0.02. Are you seeing $0.02? This is telling you that if you optimize for this keyword, if you rank for this keyword, you are going to be making a petty sum as little as about 0.02 per click on an ad on this page. That is, if on your blog you write about richest footballers in the world and you rank for it, but the ads that will show there are so cheap and poor that you can be making something as little as 0.02 per click. Sometimes you make 0.00, sometimes you make 0.01. It's not always certain, but this is just average. In average, you can still make 0.05. But when the average is low, that means it is not worth it. The average is too low, 0.02. But look at the search. A lot of people are there searching for it. It's a noisy keyword. So I want to search for another keyword now in another niche. Let's say, which niche do we go into? I'm in education. I blog about education. So let me do something around my niche. Let me say we search for something in the world. You say richest footballers in the world. Okay, let's search for best bachelor degrees in the world. Let's search for something like that. Let it just be equal. Best bachelor degrees in the world, in the world. Since there's no such keyword, like people don't actually search for things like that, so let's take for something like best bachelor degrees in USA. Let's look for this. See, there's not a lot of people searching for. This is what keyword 2 shows you. Now this keyword 2 has shown me that in average 0 people search for this keyword in a month. So what do? I will shift my interest. I will no longer target this keyword. I will no longer write about it. But had it been I don't have a keyword research tool, I might have thought about this best bachelor degrees in USA, and I'll just start writing without not knowing that actually a lot of people don't search for this keyword. In average, 0 people search for this keyword in a month. So because there's not a lot of people there, 0 people, there is an average of 0 persons there, the CPC is 0. So I have to now go with my keyword tool. My keyword tool will now show me related keywords, other keywords that are related to what I searched for. And then I can now see for Bachelor of Science. I see that 135,000 people are searching for the keyword Bachelor of Science, and the CPC is $5.31. Did you see the gap this keyword gave the other keyword we saw? That one, the average money there was 0.02, and this one is 5 points. The gap is massive. The gap is massive. How many clicks of 0.02 will you get to be able to make $5? Someone should run the calculation. How many clicks of 0.02 will you get? Now, these are other keywords that still relate to it. This one has a value of $6.02. This one has a value of 16.8. This one has a value of 2. This one has a value of 6. This one is a value of 0.9, a value of 2. But then let's go to the other keyword, the noisy one. Then we'll also go to the related keywords. Here is the related keywords about sports. All these keywords are related to sports. Now look at their CPC. 0.00, 0.02, 0.00, 0.00. All of them still have search volume. People are searching for them, but there's no money. I'm coming back to the class. So does this show, do you understand anything with this? This is what keyword research can do for you. Keyword research is that this keyword you want to write for, people are searching for it. You will get traffic, but you will not make money. So there is no point targeting a keyword that you won't make money for. So I am stopping screen sharing so I can come back. So I hope we all got what it is there. So the second question there says so with that, okay, let me finalize the question. With that, even before you start a blog, it is best you run keyword research around that niche. Now you see that if you run keyword research around the sports niche, there's no money there. Everything is 0.0. Just try it for news. Search for something like Buhari has died or all those ones. You see that the CPC is 0. Buhari's speech, the CPC is 0. So about all of that is. So okay, the next question here is how do you know the best keyword to use for your blog? The same way, keyword research. So we just did a keyword research now, and I found out that the keyword I tried to search for, which is best bachelor degrees in the world, actually is not a keyword that is what it's like. People are not searching for it that much. So I left it and I went for a related keyword that says something else. So you can, I was talking about long tail keyword. You see, if you try to target a keyword of like Bachelor of Science. Oh, okay, I stopped sharing my screen. Okay, let me share my screen again. Share screen, share screen, share screen, share screen, share screen. Okay, so Chrome tab. I want to share this Chrome tab. Share. Okay, so this is it. If I try to target this Bachelor of Science as a keyword, I am not going to rank for it because the difficulty is going to be very high. But I can go for a longer tail keyword. This one says undergraduate courses in USA for commerce is a longer tail keyword. Only about 10 people search for this keyword in a month. But look at the CPC,
we can't see your screen.
Okay, you can see my screen.
We can see it now. Yeah.
Okay, fine. You can still see it, right? Right?
Yes, you can see it.
Okay, fine. Okay, so now checking here, you see undergraduate courses in USA for commerce. Only about 10 people search for this keyword in a month, but you will make more money from this keyword compared to that one of 40-something thousand people, which is 0.02. This should be practically clear. So as a blogger, you should have these tools ready. So anything I search on the internet, this tool shows me the value. As a blogger, it is steady on my system. Subscribe every year, just $10. One of the cheapest, if I'm not one of the cheapest, this is the cheapest SEO tool. So every beginner blogger should have it. Like it should be part of what you should budget for if you are starting out as a blogger. So you see, this keyword just about 10 searches, and then the CPC is high. So if I rank for this keyword, I have tendency of making more money with less traffic, instead of me going to rank for noisy keywords where I probably would make less money. So, but then I can search for longer tail keyword. So I can, okay, let's say something like, it can say universities in Canada. Okay, universities in Canada that offer financial aid to international students. This looks like my keyword. Okay, let me see. Let me just, you see how long this keyword is? You see how long this keyword is? So when you target a longer tail keyword like this, you have more chances of ranking. Instead of you targeting universities in Canada or universities in Canada that offer financial aid, you target it for universities in Canada that offer financial aid to international students. Very specific keyword and long. If you target for long keyword like this, you have more chances of ranking. But look at about 50 people search for it in a month, and look at the CPC 2.4. It makes sense. It makes real sense. So you don't go for the noisy keyword, you make traffic without money. It doesn't make any sense to me. you amass traffic, a lot of people come to your blog, and then you're not making money. You don't have anything to show for it. Highest they will do is they will overweigh your bandwidth, and then your hosting provider will tell you to pay for a higher hosting this thing to be able to contain the traffic you're receiving. Yet you're not making money from that traffic. So the best way to how do you know the best keywords to how do you know how's that question? I'm looking for that question. Okay, how do we know the content to be blogging about? The best way to know the content to blog about is to do keyword research and find valuable, worthwhile contents, keywords, and write content on them. And those keywords should be within your niche. You should know what you are talking about in your blog. You should have a focus so that people don't subscribe and unsubscribe just like that. If you're talking about laptops, focus on laptops. When you grow, you can now do what they call niche diversification. From laptop, you can diversify to phone, something that is closer. You can diversify to iPads. From there, you can diversify to electronics. Then from there, you can enter tech as a whole. But make sure you conquer the small market you have first before you diversify. Okay, so I think the next question here says, okay, I used to think it's about blogging news. No, it's not. Okay, what are the necessary skills I need to have to be a blogger? I think it's on my screen. Okay, the necessary skills you need to have as a blogger. Let me stop sharing screen. I want to close my screen sharing, stop sharing. Okay, so the necessary skills you need to have as a beginner blogger: 1, SEO skills. 2, content creation skill. You must have that endurance to create worthy content. A lot of people make the mistake of when they come on board, they rush to blogs of big guys. Maybe I taught you blogging. We want to blog. The next thing you do is to go to my blog and copy my contents and edit them and publish. And there's something they call harming your blog over time. You're harming your blog over time. Because you keep creating duplicate content, copied content, you are killing your ranking, you are killing your possibility of making money as a blogger. So you have to have that uniqueness. When you are coming, you have to have that endurance to be able to stand and create your own unique contents. Take the pain, take the cost, be able to create your own unique contents. So that's the skill. And then have SEO skill. SEO skill involves search engine optimizing. Those skills that you need to implement to make your blog and your articles rank. They are called SEO skills. So they are very necessary. So I think that's the last question I have here. I think that's the last questions I have here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Francis, for that wonderful teaching on blogging. I really learned a whole lot of things. Thank you so much. We highly appreciate you for honoring our invitation. Thank you once again.
Welcome.
So it's time to invite our second speaker for today. Our second speaker, Our second speaker for today, Dr. Ijoma Emeaghi. He's the HOD of Computer Science, Federal Polytechnic, Nekede, Imo State. So let's encourage her as she comes in. We're expecting her in a few seconds. She will be here. She's already here, so she will join. She'll start now. Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Okay, welcome. Good afternoon.
I can't see my participants. Yeah, how many people are online?
Okay, on their YouTube, that's where they're watching from.
Okay.
Yeah, they're watching on YouTube.
Yeah, they can see you.
So if they ask questions, we'll see it from here.
Okay, thank you very much. I am going to be sharing a screen or two from time to time. So I might have to go off the video, the webcam, and get to the business of the day. Thank you very much for an opportunity like this. Women in Tech, Owerri International, for Women's Day 2021. I am honored to be in your midst to talk about a few things on the courage to create. It's a privilege to be a woman, to be a girl child, and to be celebrating this month or this period in women, in the lives of women. We thank God Almighty for the gift of life. Last year was quite turbulent, but almost a year ago from this month wasn't an easy one for women in career, men in career, human beings generally. It was crisis filled, but somehow we have been able to meet with some solutions. We've been able to see some solutions. This crisis of pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic has ushered in. You see how we are collaborating with each other, communicating with each other almost on real time on issues like this. See how we're learning from each other. We don't need to travel. We don't need to pay a whole lot for us to get some of this information, some ideas, some teachings done. All this was because the COVID-19 period pushed us to the wall, and somehow key persons in IT fired up with the process, with the technology of webineering and virtual conferencing and so on. So it wasn't an easy one, but then we made some lemonade out of the lemons. Yes. This gave rise. This was as a result of the COVID-19. Without this COVID-19, we'll still be traveling from there to go and get one knowledge or the other. True or false? Yes, webinars. Yeah, webinars have been existing before now, but it's been fired up. The usage, the benefits of this has been fired up, and a lot of expectations have been geared towards tech. And then, of course, the gender, the female gender, is not left behind. The topic given to me to talk about, by God's grace, I'm going to try my best to do justice to some of this, but it's a bit of a tight one, but the timing is tight for me. But when Joy invited me and told me about this, Joy is my daughter, my friend, my student, my ex-student, and others here. I said I would not disappoint. I must find out time and get that push. I'm actually, even as I'm talking to you, I'm in a training with some lecturers in Kenya currently, but I had to log out to do this. So the much time I'm going to spend here, I'll try my best to do justice to that topic given to me. Thank you very much. I should be sharing a screen now on a PowerPoint presentation on what I have come to talk about. I'm surprised I couldn't see this here. So courage to create, like I was introduced by the moderator. My name is Dr. Mrs. Ijoma Emeagi, and at the special grace of God, I am Yeah, I'm trying to share it. I'm still searching
Okay.
it. Just hold on for me. Yes. So, oh my God. I don't know why I can't find it. I'm surprised I can't find it, but I mean,
Yeah, Ma, you can go ahead while the screen is showing.
yeah, I know. It's okay. I really want us to see what I have. Really. Sorry for the time wasted. I'm really sorry. Um, I can't believe this. I've already shared it today. I don't know why. Okay. The truth of the matter is, whether we like it or not, the IT world and women, they, as women in any career path, precisely you have chosen, though it might not be an easy road like that of the man. It is important, however, to actively engage in activities involved. As women in tech, technology as a career field provides diverse opportunities and also has an opportunity to learn, create solutions using your existing or newly acquired skills. Women in career in IT or in tech must have this knowledge that the field of technology is a career field which provides diverse opportunity. And it has an opportunity, it's also an opportunity to learn and create solutions using your existing or newly acquired skills. According to the survey conducted by One Campaign and the Center of Global Development in 2019, only about 30% of tech firms were owned by women. Though these figures have been on the increase in the past years following their existence and the gap and the number of males and females providing technological solutions, and also the number of women interested in learning technical skills, this has also has been on the lesser side. Some women-centered organizations and programs have been initiated over time to groom women in acquiring skills, but there are still less available women interested in career path. Some of these associations or group of women, we can find them in FAWIN, Forum for African Education. The major aim of that group is to help to eliminate gender inequality and also encourage girls in education. I don't know, let me see if I can encourage girls in education. I'm supposed to share my, what I'm supposed to share is a PowerPoint, but the PowerPoint is not showing on this platform. Can you see this page now? Can any of you see this page? Hello?
It's coming up. Yeah, we can see it now.
All right. It's not what I wanted to share,
Very
actually. I
clear.
wanted to share a PowerPoint. I wanted to share a PowerPoint screen, but it's not allowing me to pick that. I only saw this Word document of my work. So, like I said earlier, the survey conducted showed that women have been on the lesser side in technological skills. But these days, some women-centered organizations and programs have been initiated to groom women in tech skills. But all the same, there are still less available women interested in this career path. Some of these organizations include Women in STEM, Girls in STEM programs, organization, the Faraway Forum for African Women Educationists, where I'm currently Nigerian head in IT. These women, it is a group of, initially it started with a group of women ministers in Africa that came together to say, what can we do to push away these issues around girls, women running away from acquiring tech skills in courses like science and technology, engineering, mathematics, computer science, telecommunications, and so on. They came together and formed these groups, and they've been reaching out to various communities, reaching out to various places where they can meet with these girls as young as they could find them, encourage them not to have this phobia for sciences, acquiring new technical skills, and so on and so forth. So some women have already gathered to encourage, in such organizations, are already working hard to do this, to enter into some remote or some backward nations or nations that has a low economic standard. And of course, you know, such nations, countries, the women are always on the receiving end because of this male supremacy in Africa, this gender stereotyping that is in Africa, whereby there are things meant for women, things meant for men. There's a toy, even down to what we do in our home, there's a particular toy meant for the girls. They need to have dolls, while the baby boys will go with guns and fire engines, where the woman is not supposed to do certain things. The males are supposed to do certain things because of his nature, his strong built bodies and the rest. But these things have been able to push women, box them to a corner. Some of these organizations have been trying their best to tell them, no, it doesn't work like that. Women need to come out, acquire technical skills, become technical professionals, in engineering, in science, in mathematics, and so on. Also, women have also been encouraged to go in to become programmers, cyber security experts, and so on and so forth. Then you might be wondering, why exactly would women even leave tech? Because some of you on this platform are techies, already women that love technology, just like Joy and her friends and other organizers of this program. What could make women really not want to talk about being a professional in this area? According to a survey done by LinkedIn, women do not leave tech because of age or the industry, but for a few reasons. Number one is unfairness. According to CAPA, in 2017, he reports that unfairness or mistreatment within the work environment was the most frequently cited reason for leaving. Irrelevant for the gender or other factors like it. Furthermore, on unfairness, unfair treatment was nearly twice as likely to be cited as a factor driving turnover than being recruited away by a better opportunity. The situation of women specifically is far worse than they reported. They reportedly experience or witness significantly more unfair behavior, according to same report. The reason for this is arguably deep-rooted. Women also experience more inflammatory behavior from other sources than men. 1 in 10 women in tech reportedly experiencing unwanted sexual attention, according to a study. Most frequently, female tech leaders have spoken about the culture of harassment they experienced firsthand. Women are having that hitch. They're having that hitch whereby at the workplace, when you come in, the first thing you want to see, you want to do, you want to witness is your body for you to retain a particular height or get to a particular height. Your body, they want to have you in bed. It's one of the things that discourages women to get to that height in tech. Now, another is lack of advanced opportunities. Many women who have found a career path in tech have in the past been frustrated out of tech because it is harder for women to get promoted for a number of reasons. Women, can I have some quiet, please? Women frequently experience being excluded from more creative and innovative roles, instead channeled into less fulfilling execution roles, not receiving high visibility, with a lot of stretched assignments, having to prove themselves again and again, and having their ideas ignored until a man makes the same suggestion later. This study is from Harvard and one on MIT. They found that men's voices perceived are more persuasive, fact-based and logical than the women's voices, even when they are really identically, it's almost the same. Researchers also found that women receive more vague feedback and personality criticism in performance evaluation, whereas men receive actionable advice tied to business outcomes. Women in tech are less likely to get their ideas green-lighted for development than men. There's a lot of study to prove this. These women were not provided with opportunity for growth. Since life is designed to be progressive, these women end up getting frustrated by their job and quit at the end of the day. Lack of leadership opportunities, women in leadership. According to a study, women hold only by Entello, women hold only 16% of positions. This percentage is quite poor and shows that women are not even given opportunities to be leaders. Yes, they even want to stretch her. They hold some board meetings in the middle of the night. These women are mothers. These women are girls. These women are vulnerable to rape and sexual harassment and abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse, emotional abuse. Because of this, most times they say, that position is not meant for the girl, so the vice president is for the vice president. She should go to the vice president position. Presidential position is not for girls because you can't attend meetings, you can't travel wide, you can't climb to this ladder, and so on and so forth. These were part of the discouragements my fellow women had or are still having. Another is the choice. For some women, it's a matter of personal choice. Some women have chosen not to be in tech because of so many reasons. Some think of tech as too tasking for them to partake in. So women just decide just choose not to join tech. They just decide to be lazing about and say that is not for them. Why should I crack my brain? Why my husband is there? Why my husband to be, my future husband or my boyfriend or whoever it is, my father is there. Why will I bother my life? My father is rich enough, my husband is rich enough. I don't need it. I can go get what I want somehow. So some women decide not to be in tech based on their choice and so on. But then we ask, why you as a woman should be in tech. Women are known to be very creative and innovative around things. That's the truth. Ranging from their personal lives, child upbringing, fashion, they tend to bring this talent to play in their career as well. Women naturally are very creative, innovative. As a woman, it is important to know that there exists a broad room to put your creativity in work in tech. Tech is largely built on the creativity ability of an individual. Your area of specialization in tech notwithstanding, opportunity to identify problems, provide solutions using your skills in a global audience from the comfort of your personal space. It is time for women to be innovators. Ladies should learn or be encouraged or encourage themselves to pick up new skills in tech and provide solutions. Ladies have been doing it, you too can do the same. I don't see why that shouldn't be. Let us also note that creativity, I know that we have males in our midst also listening. It's not just the word of a woman. The males should also be encouraged to be creative, to be bold, to be courageous about being creative. The art of science and arts, it's about, if you want to thrive in it, you must be creative. You must have courage to create. There should be a deeper joy than happiness for this to flow from your inside. As we talk in this disruptive early 21st century about what it is meant to be, we're talking about you trying your best to be creative and be brave. Creativity has a lot to do with bravery. And of course, when we talk about bravery, we try our best to move away from anxiety and the worry of failure. We try to avoid anxiety by getting rich, by making lots of money for your own comfort. But when we talk about creativity in aspects and being brave about launching that creativity, and also knowing the aspect with which your creativity can be displayed through your technical skills, you know that when you're able to achieve that, push away fear of the unknown, push away certain mentalities towards life as a woman, as a man, you will find this innermost joy. There's this innermost joy you're going to be finding, you will see. And then, of course, that feeling goes with creativity. That is why I say courage to create. Encourage to create. Creation does not just come out simply from that. It doesn't come out of simply what you're born with. That it must be united with courage, both of which cause anxiety, but also a great joy. You can say, okay, what am I even trying to do? There will be the anxiety to take a decision and finally land on that decision and then walk towards your goal. This is born out of courage. The creative process must be explored, not as a product of sickness, but as representing the highest degree of emotional health. You must learn, creativity must be seen in the work of every scientist as well as that of an artist. And you must have to rule out phobia. Phobia. Have courage to create. Have courage to make time. Stand up for the brave. And also be brave. Because of the new story you must tell. You must tell a new story. Then you could ask yourself, after all this I said, you say, what new ways can I do things, view things, make things, or create things? How can I get courage to create? How can I get courage to create? We're talking about that. You must throw away fear. You must be brave. You must be bold. You must also overlook mediocre thinking. What you're talking about, you must have this high desire to achieve that height, that goal as a woman in tech. We have said here that women leave tech because of unfairness, lack of advancement of opportunity, lack of leadership opportunities, and choice. You should look out for this. When somebody is trying to be unfair to you at your workplace, even as a student, you have to be brave. You have to stand tall. You have to say, I will not allow this to happen to me. We have also looked at lack of advancement opportunity. You see that they are pressing you down with all this. You brave it up, still the same word, brevity, and say that you have to hang in there. Lack of leadership opportunity. When you see that they are trying to take you down or intimidate you out of rising to that desired height in tech as a woman, you must have to consider the fact that you will not allow them to, because of gender stereotyping, you shouldn't allow them to use it to press you down, even as an African woman. But of course, as a learned woman in tech, you could say, I have gotten to that height. You should not overlook the fact that you are an embodiment of respect, even to your husband, to your father, to your male colleagues. You don't, because you are knowing what they know or you are on the height they are, you start to disrespect them. Physically, you cannot combat with them. Sometimes women give opportunity to men to physically abuse them. You can't fight a man on a normal day. You're a woman in tech. You're doing well in tech. You're making so much money in tech. That does not give rise or give you room to talk to your colleagues, whether male or female colleagues, anyhow you want. That is why to be a sound woman leader in tech, you must have to have those qualities at the back of your mind. You must have to have those qualities at the back of your mind so that you can thrive in this area. Excuse me. Sorry, 50. Yes. Now, choice. We mentioned that, I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of distraction in my office, but I've almost said it all. We know we need to encourage ourselves. Women are very creative, innovative, around things ranging from our personal lives, child upbringing, fashion. We tend to bring this talent to play in our career as well. So it is important to note here that this can also exist in the boardroom, to put creativity to work in tech. We have this wonderful talent given to us by God. So it is time for us to be innovators, ladies. Pick up new skills in tech, provide solution. You too can do it. Thank you very much for listening.
Wow,
I
wow. This is so amazing. Thank you so much, Ma, for that awesome section. Like, it's really, really insightful, it's encouraging, it's motivating. I really love that. So, as ladies, as women in tech, we should have a positive mindset to push forward in everything we want to push. Be the best as at what you do, because women are leaders. Women are leaders. Women are nation builders. When as a woman, you do something very different, something outstanding, your community, the nation recognizes you. For instance, our mommy, Miss Okonji-Iweala, Dr. Miss Okonji-Iweala, she's been recognized worldwide as the World Trade President. It's not an easy role for a woman, but she took that bold step and she got it, and it's really something to be grateful for. So as women, we are we are meant to stand up to create and be brave, because that's the story we want to create. So thank you once again, Ma, for that amazing section. I really learned a lot from that. Is the encouragement we need at the moment. So the little um the little advice I want to give to ladies out there is, try as much as possible to join women platforms around. Join Women in Tech Owerri. We have our WhatsApp group where you can join us to get informations on opportunities for ladies, for women, especially there are a lot of opportunities being shared out there that will help you make
Okay,
you
somebody, sorry, Vera Uche is asking a question. Is that for
to
me?
Yes, ma, it's for you.
Ma.
Okay, she said, I have
Okay,
a business
question time.
idea.
She said,
Okay, go
yeah,
ahead. Go ahead and read it for me.
okay. She said, I have a business idea, but I'm scared of failure, Ma. Is it advisable for me to start small or
Yes, and
wait till I get everything set? Wow.
that when we talk about courage, the word courage is coined from when you talk about courage, you can talk about you surrounded by anything that can make you shrink away. When you talk about courage, it means you um one more. You talk about courage. It means it could talk about you having um there's fear. There's every reason for you to be worried and scared and demoralized and wonder if you can really do this. You have every reason. Starting big is a big task, is a big one in front. And when you're looking at it, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? You must have the courage. And for you to have courage, you can do anything, whether you start small or you start at even 0 degree, 0 degree or zero investment plan. It depends. Another thing, depends on the business idea you have. If you want to run an online business or you want to run a business using tech, most tech businesses or online businesses are 0 degree capital, 0%, 0% capital. You want to run an online shop or a virtual shop? I don't know what it is. You don't need to pay for a rent of any shop. You don't need to stock up any shop. You don't need to pay sales girls to look at the shop or security men to guard your goods and services. I wouldn't know the kind of business that is. But whatever it is, even if you want to start have a physical shop, not a virtual shop, you want to start a physical shop, you can always start small. Starting and waiting for your pause to get filled for you to start and get everything set, most times is a very deceptive and a mediocre way of kicking off a business. Very mediocre way of kicking off in business, because by the time you're talking about starting, waiting for your pulse or your save box to get filled with everything to set, you certainly be touching the money here and there, using it for a need certainly will arise. Emergency spree will always come up. So what do we do? Will you stop spending, or will you not take care of that situation? So it's best you start small. So far as that business is one that can start with any amount of money, and if you want to expand, the gains or the profits you're making, you plunge it back into that business to a large extent. I know you might have to pay yourself, because if you want that business to be interesting, you must give yourself something, give yourself some percentage. That business has to thrive. So that business has to thrive. If you're staying up late in the night to talk to some customers, that's probably our time zone is different. Probably some Americans or some people in South Africa, some different time zones. You must have to stay awake. And when you stay awake in the morning time, certainly the law of nature will come. You'll be weak in the morning. And at the end of the day, the gain you're making, you're not even using it to buy, even if it's a bottle of Coke for yourself. Coke for yourself. You'll be demoralized to continue. So every business, in your business, this is actually a different part of this business lecture. The business, you have to take care of your needs to a little percentage, some percentage, and then plunge back the entire profit back into that business. And if you're consistent, if you're disciplined about spending and usage of the money coming out from that business, you'll see that you will grow in no distant time. I'm seeing another question. Ma, please, where are the male folk? Where are we, the male folk? Oh, help me. The moderator, please, come in to help the female grown up.
Okay. This question is from Jerry Hansen.
Jerry is trying to say something, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, he said, Ma, please, where are we, the male folk, come to help the female growth in the society?
Okay, is he trying to say how can the male folk help women to grow in the society? Is that what he's trying to say?
Yeah,
the male folk has to respect the fact that we are human beings, and we are all both human beings, and in as much as according to the biblical precepts and according to some traditional precepts, that's some of this gender stereotyping, the men are always having this superiority thing around them against the women. Yes, you have to help her. If you meet one at your workplace, or you're married to a woman, a career woman that is in tech, you have to help her. How do you help her? For the married ones, or tending to be married to one, you help her with the household chores. Once in a while, you help her. You remember she has to, yes, once in a while, you just have to help her in those household chores. That is one. Another thing you can do I have a write-up, there's a presentation I made last week on this same matter. I had it listed out here. So I wish I can share the screen on that. It is, well, you're talking about helping her to grow. You must also, hello, are you with me?
Yes, we are with you,
hello.
Ma. Right on.
All right, okay. So you must remember that fact that gender role, the male role, your your role in helping women in tech or in leadership is very, very important that you note that fact that you must have to learn to help that woman you find around you. I'm trying to share a screen now. Whereby we, let's see. Can you see what page am I sharing there? What can you see? All right.
The gender role.
Okay, gender role stereotyping.
Yes.
Is one of the biggest hindrance to women in tech and assuming leadership positions in Africa. That is the truth. It's a huge one. Now, what should the man do for us in cases like this? He asked. The man has to help us to stop telling us this is meant for you, this is not meant for you. I've mentioned help her in carrying out some household activities, like a career woman, probably a woman in the banking sector, comes back from work, and you insist that you have to, she has to, you go to the bed and cross your legs and then insist that she will stay awake and look after the sick child, get to the kitchen, cook food, get cold water to respond the high temperature, the child that has a high temperature. And while she's doing that, she's trying to carry out some official assignments that are waiting on her email list or waiting in her laptop. And while she's doing that, for crying out loud, that woman will die young. It's not about my village people has come to find me, even in marriage. I hope I'm making myself clear. That woman will die young. Is somebody listening? I hope Jerry is listening. I hope Jerry is listening.
Yes.
Yes, so, I'm sure he's listening, yeah.
Yes, he just said, Doctor, thanks for your response. There are so many things you can do to encourage that woman around you in tech. A lot. There's so many. You help her to build her self-confidence. You help her to build her self-confidence. There are lots of demand of family life on a woman, ranging from cooking, washing, going to the market, taking care of a sick child, taking care of the children, whether sick or not sick, and all the rest of it. And also even tending to you as a husband, as a man. Even if that woman is not your wife, but she's a colleague in the office, and you wonder how you can also help her, a colleague, you can help her with some official assignments. Encourage her. Words of encouragement won't be too bad for her. It won't be too bad for her. And then why not you don't go to the village? There was a recent one that happened on Facebook that trended. One of the first of its kind in Federal Polytechnic Nekede. For the first time, a girl came out to vie for the position of SUG president, Student Union Government president. And the young man said, how can a woman that spreads her leg, that bends down to urinate, want to come and lead a man that stands up to urinate? There was madness in the air. I think Linda EKG, the blogger, carried that story. She bends down to urinate. How can she come out to come and rule those people standing to urinate? I'm not saying that men are not strong leaders or great leaders. They are wonderful. But you don't run a woman down that way. Now, if you will run a woman down that way, you give birth to daughters as a man. And your daughter is tending towards this. She's focused positively. She's not standing in front of a hotel flagging down cars, which is rampant in Imo State now. She's not busy pressing phones and gossiping here and there on Facebook and using someone else's productivity to making money from her gossips and chats. Your daughter decides to become the productivity tool provider, and then she makes so much money, and a man talks to your daughter that way. Would you like it as a man? These things don't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So when a child gets sick, they'll call mom. When the father gets sick, they'll call mom. When mommy gets sick, they'll tell you, they will even look at your direction, unless you're blessed to have children that are they understand how it is. So please, my dear Mr. Jerry, this is exactly the way it should be. That is exactly the way it should be. I'm very grateful for this time. Any other question on the line?
No other question. Thank you so much, Ma. We highly appreciate you for honoring our invitation. Thank you. Hope to have you next time. Thank you. So on that note, we are inviting our next speaker. He will be taking us on an overview of what PrestaShop is and what we can do with it.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
Oh, welcome.
Okay. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Right on.
Oh, I just want to take maybe 5 minutes because when Amako Joy told me about this, I was busy with something, but I'm going to take just a few minutes of your time to discuss something. So when it comes to women in tech, so many things runs in the mind of ladies or everyone when they talk about technology. Actually, technology is not about programming or development or this, but let me just bring it down to something that can also help ladies, especially ladies in tech. So now I have this platform, an e-commerce platform called PrestaShop. Don't know if any of you have heard about it. But with this e-commerce platform, PrestaShop of a thing, it's an open source platform where you can have your own personal store. So remember, I just said that technology is not all about development. Even if you are not a developer, you can as well join the tech firm. So when it comes to women in tech, I so much appreciate working with women than the guys. Understand? Because I observe that girls are so creative when it comes to ideas. They are creative in so many things. So this is just a summary of what ladies can do. So if you're a lady, don't see yourself as a liability. See yourself as an asset. You're an asset that God gave to you. Understand? So always believe in yourself and believe that in technology there is a role you can play on. You get. So let me go into overview of PrestaShop. PrestaShop is an open source. It's an open source platform. It helps you to create a literal. It helps you to create stores for people, your clients, and other things. Because I believe that I've been discussing with one of the ladies a few weeks back about how she do some development in terms of an e-commerce system. She was like she's going to start from the beginning. If she want to create it, start creating from scratch. I told her no. In tech today, it's not. You don't need to bother yourself about development much. If you can't do development, you can find yourself in in actual. You can find yourself in one of the niche you can put in yourself. You must not be a developer to be a tech person. So in PrestaShop, it's an open source platform for retailers to create and manage online stores. It's a universal solution that can be scaled up
It's in your
to fit a
phone.
large. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Right on.
Okay, I said it is a universal. It is a universal solution that can be scaled up to fit large enterprise. When it comes to, let me use for an example, Industry Safety Nigeria, which is where I'm doing their website administrator right now. They are using PrestaShop as their e-commerce system. And if you watch Konga and Jumia and other platforms, most of them they are using most of these open source platforms. They attach most of this open source platform in few of their online stores. So here, I just want to say that you can actually do something more better than you can do something more better. You might see yourself as someone that can't actually be in a firm. You can do something with few of this open source platform. With PrestaShop, with PrestaShop, hello.
We can hear you, Mr. Tony.
Okay, hello. It seems the network is
Yeah, we
bad
can
here.
hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
We
very
can hear
well.
you.
Okay, thank you. So how does this PrestaShop work? PrestaShop is a development tools, just like any other tools you are using. It helps you to create an online store. It helps you to create an online store, and it also helps you for someone that don't know the whereabouts of development of programming. You can use PrestaShop to have your own online store. You can use it to create different stores and use it online, post it online on your own. It's an easy it's an easy used platform that you can use and develop your own store. And also you can as well use it to develop stores for others. I've used PrestaShop to develop. I'm not good in terms of development in programming aspects, but I have used PrestaShop at least to give my clients so many. I've used PrestaShop to give my clients to develop stores and e-commerce platforms for different clients and hello.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Hello, right on. We can hear you.
Okay, I'm going to list out the PrestaShop key features here. PrestaShop has what they call an unlimited listing. It has an inventory management feature, like inventory management feature where you can take tracking of all your stocks and out of stocks. It has a simple export and import of data in SV format, and also it has an advanced SEO capability. It also has a large selection of payment options. You can use PayPal, you can integrate Paystack, you can integrate any payment system into PrestaShop. So you can create a custom promotion modules for it, and it has this advanced navigation and searches. It has visitor statistics, so it has everything an e-commerce has. The other stores that can be attached or I can place in for PrestaShop is an open cart. I don't know if you have heard about open carts. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay,
Say a
now.
little bit about OpenCat.
Okay, open cart is also an open source platform, just like PrestaShop. You know, in a business, just the way we have MTN, Etisalat, Nine Mobile, sorry, MTN, Nine Mobile, Airtel, and Zing. So all of them are operators or carriers. MTN, they are carriers we have here. So it's just like a competitors. So OpenCart is related also to PrestaShop, just the way we have Magento. But the difference is that the difference between Magento and PrestaShop is that PrestaShop is an open source platform for everybody, but Magento has an open source and it has an enterprise. which is the payment aspect. So now with PrestaShop, you can do whatsoever you want to do. That for someone that needs an urgent online store that want to be visible on the internet, to have an online store to be visible on the internet, PrestaShop can give you that. So PrestaShop can be so many people can earn from PrestaShop in so many ways. Like if you're not a developer, you can create an online store using PrestaShop and customize it the way you want. I can show you some examples of a PrestaShop stores that are online today. The first store, you can go to safetynigeria.com. Safetynigeria.com is also a PrestaShop platform that is being used. Then you even gloves.ng also use Magento. So if you are a developer in this aspect, you can as well create a PrestaShop modules. PrestaShop make use of modules. Sometimes we call it what they call extensions. We call it extensions. So a developer that is good in developing using PHP and other platform and other programming language, you can as well develop a sound module for PrestaShop. So PrestaShop, as I said, is an open source. They can give you privilege to use their platform and create your own extension. Some people call it plugin, just like WordPress. So because of the time I have, I think what I just did is just an overview of what you can actually use PrestaShop for. And I'm trying to have a class. I have arranged this class with Joy Amadikwa. Actually, I have this YouTube channel where I'm publishing videos about PrestaShop and about Magento, about e-commerce, anything that is with technology. And I promised her that I'm going to open a series, a well-documented and analyzed video from the beginning for beginners that don't know anything about e-commerce, so that I can be able to grab this idea of having an online store. You don't need to find anyone to create one for you. So I'm going to document a well analyzed video on how to use PrestaShop from scratch, from beginning to master plan of it, so to the advanced part of it. So with this little time, I don't know, I think I have covered some little things you have to know, the intro of PrestaShop and things you can do. So I would like you people, if you are connected to the internet, in person to visit a website, you can go to tritv.com. Automatically, it will redirect you to my YouTube channel, where I will be talking more about PrestaShop from scratch. I'm going to start that series soon, so I just have some project at hand now to round off with. So once I'm done with those projects, I'm going to start those series from the beginning. I'm going to start it from scratch. Like I said, if you don't know anything about PrestaShop, you don't have to be bothered. If you don't know anything about technology, you don't have to bother, because the class is going to be from scratch on how you can start from nothing to something, creating your own full, well advanced and working e-commerce system, just like the way Konga, Jumia, and other e-commerce systems are using PrestaShop and as well using Magento open source platform. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Johnny, for that awesome session. I don't know, moderator. Okay, Augusta, please take
Yeah,
over.
thank you, Mr. Jerry. Is there any question?
I think you have already answered the question. Somebody asked, this is interesting. Where do we learn more about it?
Oh,
So you have already mentioned tricetv.com to get more information on it. So go
okay.
ahead.
So, Jerry, hope you're cleared. So our next speaker for today, our last speaker for today, um, we'll be having Miss Chioma Chigozie Okum. She's the director of spiritual. She's the director of ICT Spiritual University Nochi, convener of Coalition for Women Professionals. So she will be taking us on the bottom-up approach to cyber security. So if she's on the call, let her come in.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma, we can hear you.
Yeah, so
Welcome.
thank you. Sorry, I'll be using I won't be showing my face because I'm still on transit. I told your coordinator, our organizer, that I'll be traveling today, so I'm still on the road. So let me just use my avatar, but that's my real face, and you're hearing my real voice, so that's cool.
Yeah,
Um,
that's good.
yeah, my name is Chioma Chigozie Okum. I teach in the Spiritual University, Department of Computer Science. I'm also the director of ICT, and I value women a lot, and I value when women come together because great things happen when whenever women come together. So I'm a cybersecurity researcher, content developer, educator, advocate. I've been working in this cybersecurity space since 2016, and believe you me, the Nigerian cyber landscape is still very immature because even people who are in technology, people who are in the profession lack the basic cybersecurity hygiene in carrying out their daily tasks and in achieving their daily objectives. And this is the reason why, if you look around us in Nigeria, you find out that it's as if the Nigerian landscape, Nigerian cyberspace is a safe haven for cyber criminals. We have a lot of activities going on in our cyberspace, both the ones that are reported and the ones that are not reported. During the you will agree with me. Can you hear me, please?
We can hear you clearly, ma.
Okay. Yeah.
Right on.
So you will agree with me that during the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown, that there was an increase in the level of cyber attacks launched on Nigerian citizens. This is because we don't even know the things we are supposed to know. We don't know the basic things we are supposed to know, the basic do's and don'ts we are supposed to know. And then this made me to start wondering, how can we solve this problem of people not, let's even leave the big cyber attacks that happened on networks, like the distributed denial of service attacks, the man in the middle attacks, the SQL injections, etc. Those ones happen on to networks, when they are being when maybe we are trying to transmit data from one end to the other. Let's even look at the ones that are channeled to everyday users like you and I. Cyber attacks like simple web phishing attacks. What is a web phishing attack? Web phishing attack is when a cyber criminal sends you messages that tries to extract your vital login details. This happens all the time. Like most times on WhatsApp, you receive messages that the federal government is having. Maybe most of you here are students, you are young, you are looking for scholarships, you are looking for bursary, you are looking for free money. Then most times they will target you, they will send you these messages that the federal government is having this program, this youth empowerment program, the other youth empowerment program. Click on this link to register. Most times when you click on those links direct you to sites where your credentials are being harvested, either knowingly or unknowingly. So these things keep happening because there is no knowledge. We lack the basic knowledge around here. And it made me to start wondering. I started researching deeper. I started going and to find out what is the root cause of our problem. And I found out that the problem is that the foundation is very faulty. Our foundations with regards to cybersecurity is still very faulty. It's still lacking in the sense that there is no knowledge from the cradle up to the apex. Even people that you think that they are very literate, they lack the basic cyber safety precautions. If I ask us here now on this platform, how many of us have activated two-factor authentication on all our social media platforms? What answer will I get? I'm expecting to maybe hear that all of us, since most of us are in technology, we've activated our two-factor authentication. But I would like to know how many of us have activated our two-factor authentication on all our social media handles: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, even our Gmails, and all the platforms that we visit. You find out that most people are not even aware. That is why you will come to Facebook and you see the rate at which accounts are being hacked almost on a daily basis. And then you find out that people still fall victims to those guys that will hack an account. Yeah, okay, someone said I have only on WhatsApp. Okay, you see, he has only activated on WhatsApp, but you should be activated on all your social media handles. Why? Because somehow all the activities that you do online are interconnected. They are interconnected in the sense that if you are being hacked on one point, it becomes a point of vulnerability. What's it for vulnerability? Vulnerability in terms of cybersecurity is that weakness that cyber threats will exploit to begin to wreak havoc on you or on your network. So most of us, I know, because the thing there is that most of us, cyber criminals know that most of us here use the same password across platforms. So if they're able to hack you on one platform, the propensity of them getting into your other platforms or even into your bank account is very high, because they can now predict that most of you are using the same password, or that you are even using your date of birth and all those things as a password. So this brings me to the topic of discussion. What is a bottom-top approach? A bottom-top approach basically means that we are starting from the little things and moving up to the bigger things. We are approaching these issues from the micro, as in from a micromanagement approach, and then we are cascading into a macro management approach. How do we solve cybersecurity problems using bottom-top approach? Let us even look at education. Education in the sense of training cyber security experts that are going to work in the industry that will help to protect us. When we look at the curriculum that we are using presently, our curriculum follows a top-down approach, which means that it starts from the big picture and then it begins to cascade. And then this top-down approach that is used in our curriculum, used to teach us even till tomorrow, gives the teacher or the facilitator the lead in teaching, makes the facilitator the driver of the lecturer or the teacher, the driver of the learning process. But as has been shown in several education research, that this top-down approach is not efficient in training people for the world we have today. Most educational programs that have been successful adopt a bottom-top approach. And when I say bottom-top approach, what does it mean? This bottom-top approach puts the learner in the center of the learning process. The learner is allowed to learn, is given the freedom to learn at his own discretion. The teacher only becomes a guide, a facilitator, and no longer the driver of the learning process. What does that entail? It entails that the learner at this point in time, or the student will make use of several approaches, practical approaches to learning. He will also make use of research approaches to learning, solving real life problems in the learning process. And this bottom-top approach allows you to also integrate the learning process with what happens in the industry, whereby the student now learns from also industry experience, in the sense that problems, real life problems are thrown and are solved, using practical approaches. So what this does for us is that the learner, as it were, begins to learn from the tiny details, the micro details. And then as the learning process progresses, we begin to introduce more complex things to the point whereby the learner is equipped well enough to achieve these goals. That is for our education. So you find out that for an industry that is like cybersecurity industry, where cyber attacks happen every day, and the approaches to these attacks change on a daily basis, in the sense that cyber criminals are dynamic. If you adopt a bottom-top approach, it allows you to learn, with the changing times. You learn things that are relevant to your study, unlike what we have today, where we still have our programs teaching programming languages that are no longer relevant. But the argument they will say is that people should start from somewhere. Starting from somewhere, you graduate students who don't have the skills required for industry, and then you find out that after graduation, you will still end up going back to these skill institutes like Cisco and the NIT to gather the required skills you need to get the job. The degree just becomes something like a badge. It doesn't solve the problem. But if we adopt a bottom-top approach looks at what is happening in the industry. It is dynamic in the sense that it is not static. You look at what is happening in the industry as at today, and then you equip the students with the skills to tackle industry problems as it is happening today, so that when they graduate, they have the skills to attack, the job head on. This is for the our educational sector. And then you now begin to look at also the curriculum and the learning outcomes. At what point do people start getting exposed to cybersecurity, to know different kinds of cyber attacks, and to know how they can protect themselves? You find out that even most Nigerian universities don't even have these cybersecurity programs. Only a few have. Only a few universities and polytechnics have these programs. Let alone secondary schools and primary schools. In a research I did last year, I tried to look at the curriculum of primary schools in Nigeria and that of countries outside Nigeria. And I found out that students outside Nigeria begin to learn about cybersecurity from the cradle, from the bottom, from the onset. So they know these things, they understand these things, the do's and don'ts, the good and the bad, and then they even know how to protect themselves even from primary schools. This is why you find people that are into cyber crimes in a society not even knowing that what they are doing is bad, because we have given it so many names. We call it hustle, we call it guy, we call it so many names to make it look attractive. And even our parents don't even know that these things are criminal. That these things are actually wrong. They said my son is hustling. What is hustling? Because there is no knowledge. But if you, like every child in primary school in Nigeria, they have a course they call security education. There is nothing in that security education that teaches cybersecurity, but you teach students that stealing is wrong. You teach them that armed robbery is wrong, and they grow with that notion. Those that go into armed robbery go as a matter of choice, not because they don't know. But if you start teaching these things from the cradle, people can make choices, people can learn these things, people can acquire these hygienic practices from the outset. So it begins to beg the question as to what can we do as professionals to make these things get into the curriculum as early as possible, and for the curriculum to be delivered using a bottom-top approach, whereby we are dynamic, we move with the trend, and we teach things that are the things that that are relevant with the changing times. Then we also look at using bottom-top approach in solving problems when they happen. Bottom-top approach allows you to solve problems, you know, from starting from the root cause. Because most time when you are solving problems and you have not started attacking the problem from the root cause, you have not solved the problem. So a bottom-top approach in solving these problems, I'm now referring to people that are working, or those that are running, that have applications, or those that are managing networks or ICT centers. When there is a problem that requires you to solve, especially if it is a cyber attack, you have to identify the root cause, because if you don't identify the root cause, if you don't identify where the vulnerability is starting from, you will not be able to patch effectively. You can create a patch. A patch is a solution that you create to block vulnerabilities. But if you don't adopt a bottom-top approach and find the root cause of the vulnerability, when you patch, there will still be a leakage. But if you identify where the root cause is and then you begin to patch, you will patch effectively. So this brings me to the field of cybersecurity. There is something for everybody in the field of cybersecurity. I tell people, even if you're a technical person or you're not a technical person. So for those that are very technical, those that have skills in coding, especially Python, because most applications in cybersecurity are developed using Python because of some of the libraries that Python hosts, like TensorFlow and all that. So if you are a very technical person and you wish to break into a role in cybersecurity, you should be looking at roles like roles in network security, application security, information security, forensic analysis and testing. You also look at roles in penetration testing, and also some other roles like ethical hacking. There are professional certifications that you also need to acquire aside your degrees before you can break into these roles. Okay, there are some certifications like CISSP, the CEH, that's the Certified Ethical Hacker, Certified Forensic Investigation Analyst, and all that. These are for technical people. Then, if you are not a very technical person, you can also break into a role. You can also break into roles in cyber security as a cyber security analyst, where you can go through, what happens on the logs and then predict if the infrastructure is doing well in terms of security or not. You can also get a role if you are very good in writing as a technical writer. That is if you are not a technical person. But there is a new field in cybersecurity that is evolving, which I'm very passionate about. That is the human factor security field. Human factor in the sense that if we do all the security we want to do, if we protect everything we want to protect, and we don't teach the human factors, that is you and I, to know the best things to do and how to do them, we will not achieve anything. So in the aspect of human factor security, we can be doing things like advocacy. Aside from advocacy, you can also do things like predicting human behaviors and knowing who and who should hold what and what position based on how we analyze their behaviors towards adhering to cyber security best practices. So as a takeaway today, I want us to understand that in the field of cyber security, the watchword is to always doubt the authenticity of everything until it has passed through an integrity test. And if you are listening to me, you are in this room today and you have not activated two-factor authentication. Okay, let me even explain what two-factor authentication means. I shouldn't assume. Two-factor authentication is just placing a second layer of security above the first layer, which is our regular password and PIN. because these things can be cracked. Your password, no matter how complex you make it, can be cracked with using so many approaches. Like an attacker can install a keylogin malware into your phone and be seeing what happens on your screen, be seeing what happens on the numbers that you punch on your keyboard. So you can use that to crack your password. You can also crack a password by sniffing. You can crack password through social engineering, or by launching a web phishing attack, or even by luring you to disclose these passwords by yourself. So it now begs the question and shows us that having only a password or a PIN is not enough. So we now cybersecurity researchers now placed a second layer, which we call a multi-factor authentication. It can be two-factor, where you now require a one-time PIN, either sent to your phone or sent to your email or through an authentication app. Or then it can also be a multi-factor authentication, where after putting your PIN or password, and then you also get a one-time PIN, we also need to do some kind of biometric verification, you know, for us to identify that, authenticate that it is the person that we are referring to. So if you have not activated two-factor authentication on any of your platforms, please go back and do it now, because some people will say, is it not just a Facebook page? If it gets hacked, I will create another one. Have you considered the dangers that you are putting your friends that are on the list? You are exposing them to being attacked by these cyber criminals. And what if you are using the same password on other platforms aside from Facebook? You should also consider that those other platforms are also going to be at risk, you know, if you fall victim to cyber attacks. So I want to stop here because I have another meeting, and I don't know. I hope I have sent out a little one or two messages to the listening audience, and I'm also available for anyone that also wants to interact more about cybersecurity, best practices, hygienic practices, and even breaking into rules in cybersecurity. Thank you.
Wow, that's very wonderful. Thank you so much, Ma, for giving us a little insight on the two-factor authentication. Yeah.
Yeah.
So right away, I'm going to do it on all my cross platforms, but because I've already done for WhatsApp only, because they are consequently constantly demanding it. So that was why I did it. I never knew it's this important. Thank you so much for that. So we have a question here for you, Ma. He
Okay.
said, what skill do I need to have to be a cyber security personnel? Like Cosma,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. To be a cybersecurity personnel, like I told you, being a cybersecurity personnel, we are trying to discourage people from assuming unicorn roles. When I say unicorn roles, that is jack of all trade, master of none. So I said earlier that the first thing you need to have, the first skill you need to have is you need to be very very passionate, and you also need to be a very intuitive person, someone that knows how to trust their instinct. That is for your own personal skill. Then before you can break into a technical role in cybersecurity, you must have skills in coding. You must have skills in coding before you can break into technical roles in networks, and you must also understand how networks work, computer networks, and the applications development, because you cannot protect what you don't know how it works. So if you are trying to break into roles in network security, information security, data privacy, ethical hacking, penetration testing, and even forensics, you must have technical skills in coding. That means you must be a computer scientist, not just in principle, but also in practice. But then, if you are not a technical person and you still want to break into a role in cybersecurity, you can get roles as an analyst, you know, and having a role as an analyst, you must also be good in statistics and analysis, because you are going to be working with logs, analyzing logs to see where our problems are coming from and where we will solve it. And then you can also break into a role as a technical writer, people that write reports, that write white papers, that also write that help to because most of us that are technical people, we don't know how to write things, well for the audience, for our audience, for the board, for the those in the top to understand us. So you also need, if you're not a technical person, you must also have good writing skills for you to break into a technical writing skill role. Or then you can also be a human factor. For you to be a human factor person, you must have an idea of all what it takes to be a cybersecurity personnel, so you can communicate well to the human factors, end users. To apart from end users, you can also communicate to people that work in enterprises and all that. So these are some of the skills that you require to break into the cybersecurity profession. So yes, coding skills, interpersonal skills, communication skills, writing skills, and then you must also be a critical thinker. You must be a problem solver, and then you must also know how to work under pressure, because that is one thing
Wow.
that comes with the job.
Thank you so much, Ma, for that
Yeah,
explanation. It's very
yeah,
clear. So, next
yeah.
question from Choma Jonathan. She's asking, please, can you recommend where we can learn more about this cybersecurity?
Okay, for now, one of the few places where you can get skills free of charge without paying is on the IBM platform. You visit the IBM platform, the Digital Nation Africa platform of IBM. That is where they are giving Africans, youths like you, opportunity to learn these things free of charge. But if you are going to write exams, then you now have to register with the bodies that are conducting these exams. Like Cisco, they have just okay. If you go to Cisco Net Arcade too, Cisco Net Arcade also have some free programs that you can do there, though most of them are very, very minimal. When you want to become serious, they want to start asking you for payments and all that. But then you can also get the fundamental information before you begin to pay monies, to either get certifications and all that. So yes, IBM and Cisco Net Arcade are your go-to places
Okay.
for now to get free information. You can even on IBM you can even get some badges there free, some preliminary badges that you can also display on your social media handles to show that you have acquired these basic skills.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ma, for giving us that.
Welcome.
Because I know that a lot of people pay a huge amount of money to learn cybersecurity and all that. Thank you for that tip. Okay.
Yeah.
So the next question here, she's asking, how can we reach out to you, Ma, for more information?
Okay, when you go to Facebook, just look for Cyber Chioma. Cyber Chioma is on Facebook. Cyber Chioma is on
Okay.
Instagram. Chioma Chigozie Okumi is on LinkedIn, and Cyber Chioma
Okay.
is also on Twitter. So when you put Cyber Chioma, you will see this my smiley face, and then we can connect from
Wow.
there. And then you
That's amazing.
Hello,
yeah,
Augusta, are
sorry,
you speaking?
yeah. So I said you can also send an email. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, you can also send an email to cyberchoma@gmail.com. I will always respond.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ma. We highly appreciate.
Welcome. You're welcome.
So back to our host, Miss Joy. Do you have anything for us? Over to you, Miss Joy.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, everyone, for this awesome session. I want to use this opportunity to thank our speakers, my own HOD, Dr. Ebagi Joman, for responding to us, no matter notwithstanding the tight schedule you have. And I also want to thank Mrs. Choma, that's Cyber Choma, for also responding to us. Notwithstanding your traveling busy schedule, you find out time to respond to this event. Francis, I can't thank you less also for also bringing out time to join us today. Tony, thank you very much for joining us today. We really had a lovely section, a lovely time today, and we're expecting to do more of this next year, and also some of the small local events that will be meetup that will be organizing within time. So thank you very much, and to our lovely participants, Choma, Johnson, Jerry, Cosmark, Vera, and others. I can't make sure you are all to say thank you very much for joining us today. We are grateful to our to the our to Augusta. I say thank you very much for anchoring the event today. It was really great, like awesome. So thank you. So if you want to join the community, WTM OWERRI community, you can reach out to us via WTMOWERRI@gmail.com. That's our Gmail account, or you check on Facebook, on Twitter, WTM OWERRI. Someone will be ready to respond to you. You also contact me direct. I'm at N. I'll be able to respond to you and add you up to our group chat. Or you can also come to our group this YouTube channel and drop your comments there. We'll be checking it from time to time to see if there is any way we can help you out. Augusta is also available to respond to you. She'll give you her email by the end of before we round it up. So thank you very much, Augusta, for anchoring the event. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, okay. Bye, everyone. Yeah, thank you. Have a lovely day.
Bye.